Welcome everyone back to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video. My name is DFree. Here today we will be taking a look at some news that is coming out. Hope you guys enjoy. Of course, hit subscribe if you're new. Let me know how you guys think about this. And as you guys see, there is a picture of MAJUUB, and we'll talk about that in a moment. So, this is on Team Dokkan's blog. I'll leave a link to it down below in the description for you guys to check it out. So there is some news for Global and JP. So for the way it works with JP is finally a new OOB appears. Dokkan and LR. It can be transformed into MAJUUB. It may be the long-awaited LR of Battlefield. So I knew that they would bring out a MAJUUB. And it wasn't really a no. It was more of an inkling because it's like you kind of like you do more GT stuff continually, and there's still only like what 2 OOB units in the game, I think. That are, well, I guess maybe more when you consider like the kid one, whatever, right? There's not enough. And he's a character that you may not like him, right? But the entirety of the story, for the way that the premise was set up was because of OOB and Goku leaving at the end of Z. So like he's actually a prominent character, even though he's not a big part of, the first arc or so. But they don't really have any representation. So like the thing about OOB is that he's a prime candidate for a unit. And then if you go and do more Shadow Dragon arc stuff, again, that makes him more of a prime candidate unit. So I'm happy about this, right? This was one of the things that I had in my list of predictions that we would get a new OOB unit. Now, I thought it would be a Dokkan Festival exclusive or a unit that's on the banner that's not a Dokkan Fest unit, but nonetheless is going to be in the general pool and just be a very good unit. But if they want to drop him as an LR, that is fine by me. So there was some issue with the way that we perceived the said to be LR for Battlefield as well, because they were talking about, there's some translations talking about like tough guys and stuff like that, and I was one of the people that floated out the Power Brothers as an option, and I saw a lot of people actually run with that, which would have been really, really cool as an option too. But it doesn't appear that that's happening. But I would like this. This is a really, really cool concept as well. Putting some respect on OOB's name. Again, whether you like him or not as a character, because he seems to be very polarizing from every time I see people talk about him. It's still nice to see more representation from GT nonetheless, and in a category. But, the interesting thing about this is, for one, he's transforming, which is really cool. But we have Shadow Dragon Arc, which is a category that didn't get updated, literally. I'm saying a million times, excuse me. It's a category that didn't get updated, right? From release, there was only one update, I believe, in the entirety of the time it's been out, which was Full Power SS4 Goku. Now you look at it, it's like, oh, they just picked up like a few LRs all of a sudden, right? So like there's a lot that's really going into that category. It went from being kind of one of the unsung heroes, forgotten heroes, to being up there again as a relevant category. So let's go ahead and continue reading. As for the premium cards, well, I guess it will be premium. It's also the return of a very little card in the game. Baby Vegeta will make a big entry into the 4-year campaign. Since can be Dokkan Super Baby 1, then Super Baby 2, you will understand it also as an LR. So there is going to be a summonable Baby Vegeta LR. Now, this is really, really cool because that's another character, Baby in general, that does not have good representation of the game. He has his possessed character variations, whatever the case is, and, that's fine, right? But he doesn't have individual representation. There's the Ape one, right? That unit is so old, even though he awakened, I guess maybe a couple years ago now, but still, he's incredibly old. Not that he's bad, but not a character that has a lot of representation. And that's interesting, too, being a character that has been one of the most prominent villains from the series, right? We have more recent versions of all of the other GT villains, like Super 17 and Omega, and like stuff like that. So, Baby 100% deserves it. And the fact that he is coming out is interesting, too, because when you look at Baby, right, he's not going to be in the Shadow Dragon saga. So I wonder what they're going to do with him. He could be the return of that same type of leader skills that we've had with the LRs, where they're 100% and 3 key. He could be something like the Trunks that came out in the middle, where he's got the dual leader skills, the category, and then the monotyping, right? The LR Trunks in my unit came out, and it was a different kind of LR. But we'll see what happens ultimately. I don't know if he's going to get a category, and if he does, I wouldn't expect him to introduce a category. But what this tells me, though, is part 2 of the celebration is where we're going to get these units. And that does also tell me that if he is a summonable unit, I don't know why Dokkan wouldn't drop the news as well. Because, I mean, I'm pretty certain if he knows about this, he would know about any other festival exclusive units or whatever the case is. So I don't know if we're going to get another festival exclusive like a Gogeta or something like that. I'm pretty sure that he would know about that unless he's just waiting. But and if it happens in the next couple of days, understand that he knew about it and he decided to wait a little bit probably. And we do have that announcement coming as well, so we'll see what happens just in general from the Dokkan team. But I don't know what they're going to do with him. He probably will just be a monocolor because unless they want to bring him out and let him introduce a category, which isn't, that's cool. That's not what I expect, but that's cool. We'll see. Now, when it comes to the live we talked a lot about, more or less, at the start of the second. This is my thumbnail. It's cool. It's Dokkan, it's fine. It's not my art, but that's my thumbnail. I had Hydros make that. Whatever. The live we talked about more or less from the start of the second part of the campaign, so I guess the content will turn around that. In any case, it's a good thing that Bamco finally decided to do a commercial exercise. Global and Gogeta arrive. A good way to burst your wallet just before Valentine's Day and break up the couples. Hopefully, they should pop up on Global by February 13th. So, in the next few days, this stuff should be popping up on Global. And that's interesting, too, because of the fact that that would also serve to be a nice timeline for when stuff is going to start popping on the JP as well. Within a couple of days, if not the same day, we should get a data download and stuff like that on JP. We're also in a period where it's Sunday, so yeah, expect that on basically Tuesday on JP. So it's a cool little timeline for the games, right? So we're going to have hype stuff between both of them, even though Global had to wait basically 2 months, but we'll see for these characters. Let me know how you guys feel about this. Hit that subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch all of you in the next one.